I was completely surprised when I got the letter. I was actually getting kind of down and low, thinking that, oh my gosh, these guys are taking so long. It's going to be negative news. And then I got a letter and I opened it up and it was two sentences. You've been approved. And I was like, yes, this is great. I found out about it before Julie did. She got a letter probably almost the same time as I did. So I called her and said, hey, thanks very much. This is a great program. I'm getting ready to buy a boat, so I'm going to call you when I do that. My name is Ayres Boyd, and I reside in Coronado, California. And my business is Zippity. We are a partner of Amazon, and my offices and trucks, we deliver Amazon packages in Orange County. So I use the aircraft to commute between San Diego and Orange County. How did I find out about Aero and Marine? The first airplane I purchased, I did not use them, and I found out that I could have saved a lot of money. And so when I upgraded to a Cessna 210, I made sure I got in touch with them. They had sent me something by email and I had received it and didn't think much about it until I realized how much money they did save me. My initial contact with Aero and Marine was a phone call into them to understand what the business was about. It sounded kind of iffy to me how I could avoid such a large amount of money in taxes. And so I wanted an explanation of it. And Tom got on the line immediately and walked me through it in about 15 minutes. And from that point on, I was pretty much sold on it. I knew I was confident in the company that I was working with. I had the airplane in escrow, and I knew that I had to get them involved. So I called Aero and Marine back, and they gave me to Julie, and she immediately sent me all the documents that I needed to, one, sign up for the program, answer any questions. And then I filled out a couple of documents and sent them back to her. I told them the details of my purchase, location where the plane was and the cost of it and how I was going to get it back to California. And she started laying out a really detailed plan for how I should behave with the aircraft in order to be successful with the plan. The plan was very detailed. There's a log that you have to follow, and there's certain rules about bringing the airplane back into California. And so she knew them. She knew all the rules down pat and what I could and couldn't do. So I told her what my plan was. The aircraft was actually in Texas. We made a stop in Arizona on the way and had a meeting, brought it back into California. And then half my flights were, or more than half, probably 70% of my flights were out of state for the first 6 months. And she was very clear. She knew the rules really well and what I could and couldn't do with the aircraft. And if I had any questions, I just called her and said, hey, can I do this? Can I do that? And she's either yes or no. And it's pretty clear cut. My confidence built in Aero and Marine over the time period of the 6 months. And whenever I called, she had the answer for me. It was great. I was expecting tons and tons of paperwork and bureaucracy and red tape. And basically it just boils down to, a flight log and following the rules. And once she explained it to me and what I could do and what I couldn't, I just finished it up and did it. It was surprisingly easy. There was no gimmicky stuff. It was all just straightforward. This is what you have to do, stay in this box, and you're going to be fine. During the transaction, Aero and Marine kept in touch with me. They gave me updates, wanted to know how I was doing, making sure I got the log in on time so she could check it. She did a lot of checking on it. And I didn't get any surprises about it. It was pretty much straightforward. If the only thing surprised me is how long the state of California took to get the letter back to me. It was about a year, over a year, maybe a year and a quarter. Aero Marine did a fantastic job. From beginning to end, they always kept in touch. They were always available for questions. They were straightforward. They spent as much time with me as I needed for me to understand what I needed to do with the aircraft to qualify. And I'm extremely grateful. They saved me a lot of money, and I would certainly use them again.